My dear students, I welcome you all to second year of your MBA program. This is Dr. Mahesh M. Vanjeri, Assistant Professor from Department of Management Studies, SDM College of Engineering and Technology, Dharwad. So in this semester, I will be teaching retailing management subject for those students who have selected marketing as one of their electives. So let me begin with sharing the syllabus of the subject first. So title of the subject, it is one of the marketing subjects which you will learn in semester 3, the retailing management. So it is a 3 credit course with the 3 theory classes, and the subject code is 18 PMBAM 302. The course learning objectives are as below: to acquaint the students with the basic concepts of retailing management. So you will be learning the basic concepts in retailing management, such as what is retailing, who is a retailer, merchandising, and so on. The second one is to expose the students to marketing strategies of organized retailers. So in the syllabus, we learn the retail market strategy, as well as we will discuss different case studies through which you will be able to learn, you will be exposed to the marketing strategies of organized retailers. Third one, to enable students to apply and analyze the concepts and the strategies through case studies and field assignments. So students will be conducting a study of retail market strategy of the organized retailers present in Dharwad and Hubballi. Through these assignments, okay, you will be able to apply and analyze the basic concepts and the retail market strategies. Now, just let me quickly go through the contents. Unit 1 deals with introduction of the world of retailing. So it will take 7 hours. Okay, basically we learn about what is retailing, opportunities in retailing, okay, and other factors, as well as types of retailers. So at this point in time, I would like to inform you that what we are going to learn in this subject is about organized retailing. Okay, basically, retailing can be organized and unorganized. Okay, so the vegetable vendors, fruit vendors by the roadside, the kirana stores, okay, and other similar stores through which we buy, okay, constitutes part of unorganized retailing. So in India at present around 93 to 94% of the retailing is unorganized. So and the organized retailing is in its introduction stage in our country. Okay, so which has around 6 to 8% market share. So the syllabus will focus on, okay, organized retailers only. Okay. And especially again, there is e-commerce as well as a store-based retailing. The though we will consider different examples from e-commerce companies as well, like Amazon and Flipkart, but the syllabus focuses mostly on store-based retailers like Big Bazaar, Walmart, and so on. So second unit we deal with retail market strategy. So we learn basically the target market, retail format, as well as how a retailer can attempt to have a sustainable competitive advantage. So from third unit onwards, we deal with components of the retail market strategy. Okay, so one of the components of retail market strategy is retail mix. So like the way you learnt in marketing management semester 1, 4 P's of marketing or marketing mix: product, price, place and promotion. In this subject you will be learning retail mix. So there are 6 retail mix elements which constitutes rest of the syllabus from unit 3 to unit 6. So third unit we learn the first element of retail mix: location, where the store should be located. Then fourth unit we learn the second element of retail mix: merchandise management. Merchandise is what is sold in the store. Then fifth unit we learn third and fourth element of retail mix: how a retailer pricing, and how the retailer communicates with the target audience. So that is a communication mix. In the sixth unit we learn the last 2 elements of retail mix: store design and display. So definitely you can make a difference between a kirana store and a supermarket like Reliance Fresh or more. So how the store is designed, and customer service. So these are the retail mix elements that constitute units 3, 4, 5 and 6. And you will be getting a textbook Levy, okay, Retailing Management, 8th edition by 3 authors, Levy, Wiz, and Pandit. Okay, so the publisher is Tata McGraw Hill. So there are other books for reference which you can refer. So this was about syllabus. So now let me begin with chapter number 1. Yeah. So in unit 1, the world of retailing, there are 2 chapters. Chapter number 1 gives introduction to the world of retailing, and chapter number 2 makes us understand the different types of organized retailers. And the textbook that you will be getting is Retailing Management by authors Michael Levy, Barton Weiss, and Ajay Pandit. So let's make a beginning to learn what is retailing. So before we go ahead with chapter number 1, so this is the roadmap of the textbook or the retail management decision process. So in the first part, we are going to learn the world of retailing. So second part, we are going to learn the retail strategy. Third part, merchandise management. And the last part of the chapter, we are going to learn store management. So let's begin with a basic understanding of what is retailing. Retailing, a set of business activities that adds value to the products and services sold to consumers for their personal or family use. Okay, consider a very simple example. Okay, so you need to buy tea powder, toothpaste, toothbrush, soap, shampoo. You go to the nearby store. It may be a kirana store or it may be a supermarket, and you go and you demand for what you want. You make the payment, you get the delivery and bring the goods to your home. So from whom you are buying, okay, this process itself is okay retailing. So a set of business activities, okay, like a manufacturer purchasing raw materials from the suppliers, manufacturing the finished goods, okay, selling them to the wholesalers, wholesalers in turn selling them to retailers, retailers making the product available with them as inventory till the customer demands the product. So as a customer, when you demand the product from a kirana store or a supermarket, the retailer sells the products to you. So these are a set of business activities. Okay, and which are sold to consumers. Okay, for personal or family use. So here we are talking about okay end user market and not the business markets. And a retailer is a business that sells products and or services to consumers for personal or family use. So from whom you buy, okay, is a retailer. So I hope this concept is simple and easy to understand. So some examples of retailers. So as I mentioned, the syllabus focuses on store-based organized retailers. So I have brought you a couple of store-based examples here. So the one is the Big Bazaar, More, Cinepolis, McDonald's, Lee, Tanishq. So if you look at these, okay, all of them are organized retailers present in India. Okay, but these are different types of retailers. Big Bazaar is a hypermarket, food retailer, of course. More is a supermarket, food retailer, of course. Cinepolis is a service retailer, entertainment retail service. Then McDonald's is a chain of quick service restaurants. Lee is a single brand retail outlet. Tanishq is a specialty store selling jewelries. So a point to be noted here, firms that are retailers and wholesalers sell to other businesses as well as consumers. So other than these different types of retailers, there are retailers who are retailers as well as wholesalers. Okay. So some examples here are Reliance Market. So in Hubballi, we have this store, Reliance Market. So Reliance Market not only sells to customers like me and you for who buy for our personal consumption, but they also sell to the other Kirana stores, restaurants, and so on. So when Reliance Market sells to other Kirana stores, restaurants, and other small businesses, okay, it is doing wholesaling. So that is selling to other businesses who purchase the merchandise for not for self-consumption, but to use them in offering their main product to their end consumers. Other examples include Metro, Cash and Carry, then Best Price. Okay, Best Price is the wholesale arm of wholesale club, warehouse club. It is called as a warehouse club. Okay, so generally a warehouse club is into retailing as well as into wholesaling. But Walmart in India, with its best price store, is experimenting a totally new model where only pure wholesaling is done by best price, whereas the remaining warehouse clubs of Walmart are engaged into retailing as well as wholesaling. Okay, so this is the traditional distribution channel which you have learned in semester 1 marketing management as a third element of marketing mix, place. So if you can recall, manufacturer, okay, produces the finished goods as per the customer needs, as per the target markets, and he sells to the wholesalers. Wholesaler sells to the retailers, and we all buy the required goods and services from the nearby retailers. So this is the example of a traditional physical distribution channel. So we can understand that this is the area, okay, or this is the intermediary about which we are going to learn. Then, so in the definition of retailing, we said, okay, retailers add value, okay, while selling merchandise to customers. So what type of value is added by the retailers? Or it can be also considered as role of retailing. Okay, the first one, they provide assortment. So recall when you go to a hypermarket, supermarket, okay, a wide variety of goods are available. So when we go to a supermarket or a hypermarket, so we also buy a variety of goods. So many variety of goods are made available under one roof. So since the store maintains a wide variety of merchandise or goods, so we call it assortment. So this way the retailer adds value by making the other products available, okay, in the store at the same time, saving our time and energy. So breaking the bulk. Okay. So though the retailers purchase in bulk, okay, they sell it into individual quantities to us. Say for example, a tea powder, 250 gram tea powder. So we buy one unit, whereas the retailer might have purchased in bulk. Okay, so they enable us to buy in single units or the quantity in which we want to buy. So that is called breaking bulk. Hold inventory. Okay. See, when you recall when you want to buy Coca-Cola, for example, okay, so you go to the nearby store and you find it in a store. So that means until you wanted to buy, the retailer has made it available in his or her store. We call that as a holding inventory. So retailers hold inventory, okay, due to which we can buy it at a convenient place when we want to buy it. Until then, it will be held as an inventory by the retailer. Then offer services. Retailers offer services. Okay. Okay. So you can get to see the product, touch the product before you buy. Say you want to buy, okay, say for example, sport shoes. So you go to a sport shoe store, then you can check the shoe, you can hold the shoe in your hand, you can wear it and see for whether the shoe fits your size or not. Same way a jeans, you can go to the store, okay, check out the jeans, hold the material, hold the fabric, feel it, wear it and try it out. Okay, then you can buy. So these are different services offered by the retailers where you get to see before you buy. You may get credit also, okay, and lay away other services. Okay. So now this might be quite interesting for you students. Okay, so types of jobs in retailing. Okay, so as I said, organized retailing in India is still in its introduction stage. Okay, it is going to see a great amount of growth. Okay, in coming years. So a lot of job opportunities will come for you in the area of retailing. Okay, so last year also for your seniors. Okay, DMart was one among the employers. Okay, where 15 of our students are selected by DMart. Okay, and the work environment will be good. Okay, they pay a very attractive compensation as well. So most of the jobs for you will be available at entry level. Okay, in store management or in buying. Okay, but there are other jobs also which you can get in retailing like accounting and finance, real estate. Okay, because every time, okay, you need a retailer wants to start a store, he needs land and building. So that is where real estate comes into picture. You may get a job in this area also. Human resource management, supply chain management, advertising, public affairs, information systems, loss prevention, and visual merchandising are the other areas where you can get a job in retailing. But most of the time, you will get the entry level jobs in the store management. Okay, as a department manager. Okay. Okay, and I would like to end the class with a news item from Times of India dated August 31st, 2020 on page number 9 from Times Business. Okay, so dear students, by referring to the business news and keeping yourself up to date on the business news, okay, it helps in two ways. One way you'll be able to link the subject, okay, to the corporate world, and second you will have the updates about what is happening in the corporate world with respect to specific subject. Okay, and most of you, okay, lack experience. Okay, so when you don't have an experience, the only way to understand and get connected with the subject is by way of reading and analyzing business news. So this news talks about e-shoppers. Okay, so that it says e-shoppers double amid pandemic. Okay, so I'll just read part of the news. The consumer base of e-commerce, the consumer base of e-commerce shoppers has doubled to 42% of urban active internet users in India over the last 3 months, that is during the pandemic, according to a study by consulting firm Cantor. Nearly 50% of these are new users coming from tier 1 and tier 2 cities, which are other than metros. For new shoppers, Amazon and Google have emerged as the preferred discovery platforms where they search for the initial information first before making purchases. In contrast, before the virus outbreak in India, just 22% of the urban active internet users had shopped online. Means out of the 100 active internet users, only 22 users purchased online. Okay. In 2019, India had 309 million urban active internet users. So 22% of that. Okay. The report said this would translate to about 130 million users having shopped online. So this is the news. So it means from 22% almost now it is 42% of the urban active internet users are now buying online. So one of the reasons while the e-commerce sales have surpassed the pre-COVID levels due to the pandemic, leading people to order their requirements online from their homes, the lockdown has also resulted in fewer avenues for consumers to spend money on. This, according to e-commerce executives and third-party brands, is also aiding online sales. This is encouraging for retailers who have started preparations for the Diwali festive sale. So why? Okay, the number of online purchasers or consumers has doubled. So one thing is during the pandemic, especially in April and May, where the stores were closed. Okay. Okay. So until now also many of the malls are not have started. So consumers had little option to buy from the physical stores. So second reason, it's a matter of safety. So consumers are now hesitating to go out to the physical stores, okay, because of the COVID-19. And third, okay, since little shopping was done, a lot of unspent money is remaining with the customers. And since e-commerce operations are started before the store operations, so consumers have started spending online. Okay. So the news continues. If you look at the budgeting of a common man in India, we splurge probably on restaurants, travel, and have a fashion budget and entertainment budget, movie, malls, etc. Now, with salaries coming back, what are the avenue left for spending? Not many. That's why people are spending on themselves, said Aman Gupta, co-founder and CMO of Boat Lifestyle, an online focused consumer brand which sells earphones and speakers. It is unlikely that people will have to budget for holidays later this year. So we could see some of that getting spent during the festive sales, said Satish Meena. So consumers are left with a lot of unspent money due to the pandemic, and consumers are hesitating to go out to the stores due to the COVID-19. Okay, so the option remaining for them is online shopping and on self spending. So these are the reasons quoted by the retailers for the increase in, okay, online consumer base. Okay, it also deals with, okay, consumer behavior. See, before a consumer decides to purchase a merchandise, means goods, okay, the before that the consumer has to decide on a channel first. Means whether the consumer is going to buy from a unorganized retail store, organized retail store, or from an online retailer. Okay. And there is a very interesting discussion in the consumer behavior chapter. So on how a consumer chooses a channel first. And in the channel, he chooses a store. In the store, then he purchases the merchandise which is planning to buy. So news like this enhance our knowledge, enable us to connect with the subject and make the subject more interesting. So dear students, uh, that's all for this session. So now I open up the session for interaction. So if you have any doubts, any questions, please ask and clarify your doubts. And if you want to share additional information to enhance the value of the class, you are most welcome. Thank you.